success criteria are, what your failure criteria are, what your exit strategy is going to be. Can I talk about deployment? Quickly, one of the rules that we've built into our sandbox, which I've only seen one reference to another sandbox, is when you sign up for our sandbox, you are contractually obliged, if you are successful, to implement your solution in Papua New Guinea within 9 months. It's the way that we think we can get innovation to deliver to our citizens and for them to reap the benefit of ARPA having a sandbox. Okay. Otherwise, people will come to our sandbox, use our sandbox, and go and deploy in Singapore. There's no benefit for PNG. Why would we do it? And the fact that we're not charging for entry, because we think a $5,000 application fee costs more than $5,000 to administer. So why don't you leave that $5,000 in the garage with the developers? Okay, so what we want is benefit, and that typically goes straight down the throat towards financial inclusion by lowering fees, more innovative projects. And also it doubles the effect of money follows innovation and innovation follows money, because they're going to walk straight into a market of 10 million people potentially.
You see the flashing red lights? It turns out the timekeeper's face is doing the same thing out when time's up. I was wondering if I was going to get fined or something.
It's got a sign that says time, T-H-Y-M-E.
Bram, Peter, can I get you just to say any last words you want to on these issues very quickly?
Yeah, I think coming back to an earlier point I raised, it is when you talk about like data protection, etc. And I think these are topics that don't, I would say, top of mind very often with the regulators. But the sandbox, as much as it creates the opportunity for a fintech to learn, actually this is a case where the central banks, actually a very good case where central banks can actually learn from, okay, what are the stumbling blocks that you while you're testing and piloting, what are those issues that you bump into, and actually for the central bank to actually learn from those experiences as well, to be part of that whole experience of testing. Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, I wanted to pick up on one question that was there. I thought it was useful to just kind of share some thoughts on. Was the question around, are these sandboxes for technical folks? And they actually are not. The people that we interact with, they get the sandbox onboarded on it. Typically business folks, CEOs, that are pulling out their hair that we're not getting things done now. We need this. It is of course a technical process to build something, but in our sandbox we have first of all the business users can come on there and post problem statements that they can share with the technology companies and get solutions for. But more importantly, we have a solution catalog where you can say, listen, I want to do a micro lending mobile application. It will show you what are the 5 building blocks to build that thing. And for each building block, it will pull out of our catalog of fintechs which fintech companies and which APIs are available for that block. And it's quite interesting, for most blocks we'll have at least 4 or 5 options to choose from. And so none of this is really technology work. And if you have a chance next week, if you're in Singapore, we can show the demo, but also for programmers, it is actually really simple to stitch it together. It's almost becoming drag and drop. So we're that far away from kind of putting it together. I mean, it's not really as what it was, years ago, and how heavy coding or whatever. And what we saw is a lot of the workshops we have done in various countries, in like Bangladesh or Myanmar or whatever. We initially were kind of worried that what would be the technical level, but we found out that the technical level of the people is more than adequate to build this type of technology. This is not like we need some gurus, out of Silicon Valley to go build stuff. Everybody can build their app. So I think, it's both the business being able to see how it can be put together, what are the elements that you need to think of. The programmers that come in, they get a lot of help to put it together. And then basically, literally you can compete with Citibank out of Myanmar on our platform. You get the same powerful stuff in your hands, as long as you have imagination. So I think that's why business involvement is very important. And we see that most of the decision to go on Apex is foremost a business decision that says, we have enough of our Trabant, we want to get the Tesla, and no more discussions, we're going to experiment. We're willing to take that risk.
So if you want to learn about playing with funky tools and go and participate in a regional sandbox, go and talk to Peter. If you'd like to attend a very nice cocktail party in Port Moresby, you speak to Callum. And if you'd like to work out how better to utilise the money and the time, speak to Bram. Can I get you to thank the 3 contestants? Yeah, well, I think
So is the winner?
it's coffee break now. Yeah, the coffee break outside, and then they reconvene at 30 minutes. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.